Shaka Zulu was one of the most famous and notorious leaders to have graced southern Africa in the past few centuries. Born in the late 18th century, he was the founder of southern Africa's Zulu Empire and reigned as the chief from 1816 to 1828. Throughout history, he is credited with creating a fighting force that devastated the entire region. Here are 10 most shocking facts you may not know about Shaka Zulu. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Number 10. Illegitimate child. It's believed that Shaka Zulu was conceived through what started out as ukulobonga, a sexual act without actual penetration. As a consequence, he was cast out and raised in his mother's settlements. He was trained and served as a warrior under Dingiswayo, chief of the Mthethwa clan. Number 9. His birth name. Senzangakona, his father, never called his son Shaka. He named him Sjidi. The name he would eventually become known by was a reference to his illegitimacy. Nondi's clan at first refused to believe she could be pregnant, as she was not married, and instead thought her pregnancy symptoms to be the result of a disease known as Shaka. Number 8. Founding the Zulu nation. Shaka founded the Zulu kingdom. Before his reign, there were many Nguni tribes occupying what is called KwaZulu-Natal. Shaka strengthened his own tribe and started conquering neighboring tribes through war and diplomacy. Number 7. His brutal curiosity. Shaka was a curious person. He wanted to know how things worked, whatever the cost. Besides the infamous event in which Shaka sliced a live pregnant woman's belly open to see how the unborn baby occupied that space, historians claim he once ordered a man's eyes to be taken out so that he could observe how the man would adapt to his new circumstances. Number 6. His zero tolerance towards the weak. His capital kraal was called KwaBulawayo, which means where they are killed. People deemed unfit to live were brought to KwaBulawayo to be killed. These included short men deemed useless as they would not be able to see approaching enemy from afar, troops who had wounds in their backs after a battle, as this meant they'd been running away, and anyone who went against his will. Number 5. Celibacy in his troops. Shaka prevented his troops, even old men, from marrying, as he believed that marital affairs would weaken the men's combat skills. This was clearly something that the troops silently resented, because after his death, the new king, Daigane, allowed them to marry and have families as a way of buying their loyalty, and it worked. Number 4. Killed by a servant. Although it is popularly believed Shaka was killed by his half-brother, Dingane. An oral testimony in the James Stewart Archive suggests Shaka was killed at the direction of Mbofa, a servant who sought to avenge his mother's death at Shaka's hands. Number 3. King Shaka Zulu replaced the assegai with the Ekwala. For a long time, the warriors had used a longer spear locally known as the assegai. After various encounters, Zulu found throwing this spear from a distance ineffective because the enemy would quickly pick it up and hurl it back. He, therefore, designed the Ekwala, which had a shorter handle and an elongated spear. This one allowed his warriors to only engage the enemy at a close range without unnecessarily losing one's weapon. Additionally, he introduced the shields made from cowhide to his army. Number 2. Shaka the Traveler. Shaka was fond of traveling. It is reported that he sat very little indoors and traveled the country by foot. Many places known in KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, were named according to Shaka's first interactions with them. For example, he found the water of Amanzimtoti sweet or tasty. He survived an assassination attack at the place now known as Kwadukuza. Dukuza is isiZulu for lightly stabbing, and many people from his tribe were grabbed by crocodiles at the place known as Mpanjini. Number 1. His love for his mother. Shaka Zulu really loved his mother. This must have been brought about by the fact that he was an illegitimate son of a chief, who was then banished, together with his mother, to live with his mother's people away from the royal house. History has it that they moved from place to place. However, he was inseparable from his mother. Thank you for listening. Let us know what you think. Also, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.